Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are watching this. We're going on an adventure today. I'm going to take my 3 kiddos and we are going to attempt to go thrifting. Let's see how this goes. I honestly can't promise a whole video. I may just scrap the whole thing because if you've ever been shopping with kids, it's always an adventure. And then you want to tack on the thrift store on top of that. Let's see what we do. So I do have a list. I jotted down a little list of things that we're kind of looking for on my phone. It's just a little list that I put on my phone as I think of things that I want to look for at the thrift store. We're not very close to thrift stores as we used to be, so that's why it's more of an adventure for us now because it's got to be really purposeful when we go. So there's just a couple of items that we're looking for. It's not a couple of items really, huh? It's kind of a long list. A long list. Yeah. Books are always on the list. There's a couple of things for the kitchen that I think I have on there. I don't know. I gotta check, but we gotta get on the road. Okay, weird angle. We're done. We ended up going to 2 stores, to 2 of the same thrift stores. We went to Savers, but 2 different ones. And now we're in the line at the car wash, which is kind of why it's a weird angle, because, you know, it's busy and there's lots of people here talking to the camera. But we came to the car wash because the car desperately needed it, but also my kids love the car wash. Does anybody else's, like, their kids just love it? They think it's so fun, especially my littles. And I absolutely do not. It's the one where you drive through and you stay in your car and it makes me like, but I suck it up and I do it because my kiddos love it and the car needs to be washed. So we're gonna do this too. Back, and as you can see, we went to the car wash as well. It was bad. It needed it. But we also went to, I know it's echoey, I'm sorry for that, but my kiddos are having lunch. It is later in the day than we would like to have lunch, but like I said, we ended up going to 2 different Savers. I don't have it in order of which Savers we went to first, but since it's all kind of the same thrift store, I'm just gonna kind of show you in categories of what things that we got. So for sure, I know that these 2 were from the first Savers. We found some used baseball gloves, and we have 1 used baseball mitt, but I wanted to get a second one for my husband and my son and I, so that 2 of us could be playing catch maybe this summer or spring as it comes up. Just catch. We don't have enough for a whole team, and I don't think that anybody wants to join a professional team or anything like that, or a fun team. Just for some fun for us, just playing catch. So this one was $4.99. The color of the day was yellow, so of course it was very rare to find any yellow tags left in there, and we did go pretty early. And then we also found a youth mitt. This is a Spider-Man one, and my youngest is really into Spider-Man right now, and so we went ahead and picked this up. This was also $4.99, but my 2 youngest are left-handed, and this is not a left-handed glove. But he saw it, he wanted it, had it in his hands, and every time I was like, practice throwing a ball, show me how you would throw a ball, to see if he would throw right or left. He did indeed. He went back and forth. Right, so one time he would do it with his right, the next time he would do it with the left. So we picked it up, and we'll see if it works. So lo and behold, at the next Savers that we went to, we found a left-handed glove. I'm holding it kind of weird because it's got somebody's phone number on there and I don't want to share with the world. But we found one and it was only $2.99, so I grabbed this one too. So in case one of my littles or both of my littles ends up being needing a left-handed glove, we got one. The other thing we grabbed was just this cute little hat. My daughter really likes Shopkins, and she saw this and she just thought it was so cute. She knew the name of the little character on here, and it just says, "I'm kind of a big deal." With this super shimmery baseball, the flap or the lid here. So she got that too. This one was only $1.99. I also picked up a small pot. I just needed a really small pot to boil some stuff that was not food, and I didn't want to interchange it. So this one, like I said, the color of the day was yellow, so it was marked $2.50, but I got it for half off that, or $2.49, so half of $2.49. So I grabbed this one just for those random things that I needed. The next couple of things we got, okay, also at the First Savers, we found this Wii Fit. We do have a Wii U, and I'm hoping this will work on it. This was only $3.99, so I took a picture and I showed it to my husband. My son kind of looked it over and he's like, oh, it's just missing the game, the actual like CD game of it. So for $4, I was like, let's grab it. Let's see if it'll work. If not, then we pass it on to someone that it will work for. But I have been wanting one of these for the kiddos for quite some time. The whole purpose of us buying the Wii U way back when is that I wanted to get these games where they moved their bodies and stuff, and then it just never, you know, it was one of those things that just never happened. So it was pretty exciting that we found this. We got this. We will need, he said we'll also need some special controls for it, but I'm pretty sure I can find them used. That's what I'm going to aim for anyways. So we got this big old thing also for $3.99. At the second Savers we went to, we found a couple of games. We also have a PlayStation 2, and my son saw this game. He says it's a Disney game. Is this the thing you need a little monito for?
No, there is no like little figure, so we need the controllers, and basically I just need to hook this PlayStation 2 up.
Okay. Okay, so he got this for our PlayStation 2. It's called Kingdom Hearts, and it was $2.99. I did have him open it up and check to see if the DVD or disc of it was very scratched, and he said it didn't look too bad. So we grabbed this also. And the other game we found was the DVD that goes with the first thing we found at the other store. This was $3.99, and this goes with the Wii Fit. So we were pretty excited that we got the matching set going to 2 different stores. We also purchased some games. Games are one of the things I absolutely love. Games and books are one of the 2 things that we always gravitate towards first when we go to thrift stores. My daughter found this game, or I found it and shared it with her, and she was like, I need this game. And so it had most of the pieces here, and we grabbed it. It's Headbands game, but Shopkins version. So as you can see, we have quite a thing going for Shopkins right now. So we grabbed this one, and she's already asked her little brother if he'd be willing to play along with her, and he said yes. So I'm very excited about that. My oldest son and I have been looking at this game for some time, Villainous, and so we found one at the shops today, and so I'm really excited to play with him. This is an older game, 2 to 6 players. It says ages 10 and up. So I'm pretty sure that my daughter may be able to play with us. Maybe she can team up with either with somebody and play that way. And then the other game that I found was this Bernstein Bears Learn to Share. I really liked Bernstein Bears when I was younger, and I have bought books and saved books for my kiddos, and so we read them together, or sometimes they read them to each other. And so when I saw this game, I thought it was really neat. I opened it, I checked, it still has the Target clearance sticker on it, but this was marked $3.99, and it is the yellow tag, so we got it for roughly about $2. And like I said, we did double check, and most of the pieces are here. I think it's missing like 1 card, but it won't affect the game. Or clearly it will affect the game, but it won't affect the game enough not to be able to play it. So those are the games we got. Let me show you the books, and then we did get some clothes. The first thing I'll share is a coloring book. My youngest likes Scooby-Doo, and this one actually didn't have any pictures in it that was colored. So he grabbed this one. It was 99 cents there. It was $1 originally. It's a coloring book. He'll enjoy it. We went ahead and got that. Other books that my youngest picked out was this Curious George Makes Pancake. It was makes pancakes, not just one, plural. Makes pancakes. It was $1.29 at Savers. If you don't know, they usually have a sale though all the time. It doesn't matter which color tag the books are, but they are buy 4 get your 5th book free. I want to say that maybe it used to be less than that. If you bought 3, you got the 4th free, but I could just be making it up, wanting it to be that. But right now it's buy 4, get the 5th free. So 2 of the other books that he got were 2 Dogman books. He likes looking at these books. These are not fine literature books at all, but it gets them into books, it gets them reading, and I'm okay with that. These are in pretty great condition. These are hardback covers, and they feel almost practically brand new. This one does have a little bit of warping on the pages. See if that camera will pick it up. There you go. But that's about it. And my kids, like I've mentioned before in previous thrift videos, I like to buy them used books because especially my younger one can be a little tough on his books. He loves them out. So he will put them in backpacks. He will carry them up and down the stairs. They're getting thrown around the car because we're taking them with us places. So they're gonna get dinged up, and it doesn't hurt as badly when they're used books. Also, I really like knowing that we're giving books a second chance in another life, bringing them home with us. Anyways, each of these was $2.99. And then the last book he picked out was this. There was an old lady who swallowed a fly. This is just a board book version of it. It was $1.29, and he loves the little old lady books. And I think we only have maybe 1 or possibly 2, but he just loves the rhythm of the book and the poetry, the rhythm of the poetry of the book. And so we were excited we saw this. This was actually one of I think the first book that jumped into our cart. For Mom, I just got 1 book this time. I got this Clean Simple Plant-Based Eats. It was $3.99. I want to start incorporating some more plant-based foods into my diet. I had a really good experience when I went on the Daniel fast, and I know that a plant-based diet and the Daniel fast are not the same thing. There's a lot more restrictions on the Daniel fast, but I thought I would start by introducing more vegan or plant-based foods into my life and seeing if I can incorporate that on a longer term scale here. So I just picked up this book. How yummy do those look? Those are Greek nachos. I'm hungry. This is probably not a good book to look at, I say as I keep thumbing through it. Okay, let me close this book. Anyways, I got this cookbook as well. For my daughter's books, she grabbed, there was really only 3 that kind of spoke to her. The first one is this Splatoon book. It's based on a Nintendo video game, it says. It was $1.79. It's one of those manga books that like you read, it feels backwards to us, but that's just how they are. So she's been looking at these and reading these and checking them out from the library. So she found 1 and we grabbed that for her. And then we also got her 2 Dork Diary books. So like the Dogman books, these look almost brand new. Each of these was $3.99. And she's just started getting into this series and really enjoying it. And I'm happy that she's just found something that makes her happy. So we grabbed these as well. Now for my oldest son, he really hit the jackpot today. He found all kinds of books that he wanted to bring home with us. And if we had no budget, it would be not a problem. As it is, we kind of went over budget anyways. We spent roughly a little over $100. But because we don't thrift very often, it was a special occasion kind of thing. And I realize as I'm saying it, to some people that could sound funny, like thrifting is a special occasion, but it is because we went and we splurged a little and bought a lot of stuff that weren't necessarily needs, but kind of wants. Anyways, let me share with you what he found. And keep in mind, he did end up putting just a couple of books back too, but he did get most of the books that he wanted. The first one he found is The Last Kids on Earth. I'm lying, I don't know if this is the first one he found, but this is the first one on the pile. But The Last Kids on Earth, this is a series, and this is just one of the books in there. Do you have more of the series?
No, that's the first book, and I want to try to just collect them in order.
So this is the first book in his series, and he wants to try to collect them all. So we've got the first book in the series. This is a hardcover one. It has been read before because you can feel like as you open the pages, but it's in really great condition. And I think I said it was $3.99. If I didn't, that was the price. The other one he picked up is Potty Mouth and Stupid. Doesn't sound very nice, but it isn't that bad of a book. It is by James Patterson, and that is one of his favorite authors. So he read this he checked this out at the library first, and then decided that he liked it and wanted to add it to his collection. So he went ahead and grabbed it too.
It's completely appropriate as well. It's just terrible nicknames they gave to those 2 kids.
Oh, my correspondent tells me that it's perfectly fine. It's just horrible nicknames that these kids have. The next one that he got was Villainous by Matthew Cody. I think this is the one that he said it just looked interesting, and so he picked it up. And this one was $4.99. Another hardcover book. And then this one has a dust jacket even. So very cool. He's grabbed this one too. Oh, and it looks like it might have, it says Praise for the Supers of Noble's Green Trilogy. So it looks like there might be there might be other books, Villainous and then Powerless and Super. So if he likes them, maybe we can look up and see if he wants to grab the other books. Sometimes if we don't find, if it's like this and he's like, oh, I really enjoyed it, we'll look on Thrift books or something like that, or eBay, used books websites first to see if we can find them. He also picked up these two Plants vs. Zombies, and I'm sure you can hear in my voice, these are not my favorite kind of books, but again, it's one of those things where it just gets a book in their hands and they're reading, and it's just a fun, lighthearted one. And if these are the books that are like the worst case scenario, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, mama. So he got two of these, both were $1.79. Growth Sweet Home, oh, just kidding, Grown Sweet Home, and this one is The Garden Path. So I think this is a video game as well. But so we got two of these kind of comic book style books, and then another graphic novel he picked up is I Survived. Oh, I Survived the Attacks of September 11th, 2001. A day that forever changed the nation. The only thing Lucas loves more than football is his Uncle Benny, his dad's best friend at the firehouse where they both worked. Benny taught Lucas everything about football. So when Lucas's parents decide the sport is too dangerous and he needs to quit, Lucas has to talk to his biggest fan. The next morning, Lucas takes the train into New York City instead of the bus to school. It's a bright, beautiful day as he heads to the firehouse, but just as he arrives, everything changes and nothing will be the same again. So I'm probably gonna thumb through this with him, but this is a graphic novel about 9/11. He also picked up two Ronald Dahl books. He really likes these and he's collecting them, James and the Giant Peach and Fantastic Mr. Fox. This is another comic book, Green Arrow, and it's just a black and white one, but there is a ton in here. So we grabbed this one as well. This one was $3.99, and then we found two encyclopedia type books that he's very excited about. The first one was $7.99, and it is the WWE, or I think it's not called that anymore, but the wrestling encyclopedia of their characters on there. So we grabbed that one. And then we also grabbed the DC Comics encyclopedia. We were both very excited to find this. This one was $9.99, but we had been looking for it used for quite some time. I had purchased the Marvel encyclopedia, and we just kind of like nerding out and looking over those together, and it's just fun. So we got those too. Let me show you really quickly some of the clothes that Mom picked up. There was nothing super excited. I'm not gonna really take these out, but just I bought some sports bras for when I'm working out, and I also got one just kind of plain gray tank top to work out in. I don't have very many workout clothes that fit comfortably. This one was $5.99, but it was half off because it was yellow. I also got a couple of sweaters. This one I thought was really cute. This is the front and this is the back of it, but I thought, oh my gosh, it's so cute, you could wear it either way. This one was $8, but it's yellow tag, so it came out to $4. And then I kind of got this little grandpa sweater kind of style. This is a Banana Republic one, and it was only $3.49. I will try to show you this better than just doing this, or maybe do a voiceover type thing. And then this one was $6.29. This is a local to Utah brand, Lions Not Sheep, and this is just a plain black hoodie, so I grabbed that as well. And like I said, we spent over just a little over $100 combined. Then we ran through the car wash and just made a whole day of it, really, a whole morning and part of our afternoon. That is it for us today, though. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed coming along and thrifting with us. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up so that I know that this is the content that you like, but also it really helps our channel. It also helps our channel if you subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit the bell notification, and that way you are notified every time we upload some of our inspiration among their chaos here. If you are already a subscriber, thank you so much. It really means the world to us. Thanks for hanging